Hey guys, welcome back to the Pilates platform video guide series. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about how to write the JavaScript part of the application. So if you remember in the previous video, I showed you how to write the HTML, the front end part of the application, right? But in this video, we'll be continuing with the JavaScript, the controller part of the application now. So let's just head straight to policies, and under policies, click on client policies. So over here at the top you can see the weather app, so just click on it. So this form opens up where you can see the script. It's an editor, so you have to just write the JavaScript part in this, and you can see the name of the client policy, and collection is weather app, and it should run on the native platform. So let's just update it. And so let's just talk about what's this. So basically, if you know AngularJS, so you write app.controller and you define everything inside that. The logic part, the logical part of the application. So how to fetch data. So you define the logical part of the application inside the controller in AngularJS, right? How to fetch data and how to manipulate data, all is done in the controller part. So that's what this is. Over here the difference is only that there is no app.controller. You have to just write the main function body itself, and the platform will automatically attach it to the HTML, and it will automatically load that controller over here when you refresh the application. So over here you can see that the data is being shown right now. Yeah, so the data is being shown right now, right? Location is Delhi, India, and temperature is 26.52, right? So basically how this is working. So over here at line number 5, not line number 5, let's just start from line number 2 itself. So you can see that when this function gets called by the platform passes the AngularJS API to this OBTO object, and that's how you can access this HTTP scope and other AngularJS APIs. So that's a security layer added by us on the platform, and so that not you, the developers don't manipulate the platform itself directly. So you have to just focus on your application, not the platform. So that's why this OBTO API is there, from which you can access the AngularJS API. So scope.weather isn't just it's just an object again. So this will be attached to the view. The scope objects are all attached to the view. So inside this function get weather, we are making an HTTP request, a get request to this route get weather data.bto. So what's in this route will be discussed in another video. So let's just focus on this function, and then dot then with the result. It's just the same JavaScript that you write on your local. You can see that. I mean, there's no difference in the syntaxes over here. There is no a particular platform syntax. There is no platform particular syntax right now. It's all JavaScript, plain old JavaScript, simple. Over here just you can see we are using AngularJS APIs and writing the plain JavaScript. So that's the benefit of the platform. You can write open source code in this platform. Also we can write React in this platform, but in this video I'm not going to show you that. That's the topic of another video. So after that we get the results of the weather. We just assign that the temperature and the location to this scope.weather object, weather.temp and scope.weather.location. So if you remember in the previous video, inside the UI template we had mentioned this interpolated these values, right, in the expression syntax, in the interpolation syntax. So let me just show you again that UI template. Okay, so here's the weather app. So over here you can see that this is the interpolation syntax. So weather.temp and weather.location. So when the application loads, right, when the application loads, the these functions get attached, right, by the platform to the controller of that application, and it calls this function, and then inside this function we are calling get weather function, and we make a http.get request, and then we get the result and assign it to weather.temp and weather.location, and that's how the view get populated by the data. So if we refresh this, so it took some time, but yeah, we got the result, right? So it's showing the temperature and this is the location. So that's all. I mean, I hope you understand this, how the application is working, this application is working, right? So that's all, guys. In the next video we'll be talking about how to create this route get weather data. So we'll be making a third party, I mean, we'll be making a request to the third party API to get the weather results, and we'll be calling our API. uh, I mean, that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.